There we are.
Well, today we are celebrating the return of the Raft. This is sort of the big official opening of the Heritage Centre with the Raft in place. We did open the Heritage Centre in June without the Raft, but in the last couple of months we've had the case built. The Raft has arrived after being conserved in York and is now on display here, so that today is about a celebration of having the Raft coming home. The Raft was found in 1886 by two chaps who were digging a clay pit. Where the old and the new River Rancombe split, where Glanford Boat Club now is, it was covered up. It was left exposed for a little while, but then it was covered up. And in 1974, the National Maritime Museum decided they wanted to see if the Raft was still there, and B, excavate it with the intention of taking it back to Greenwich and putting it on display there. So they came and excavated it, took it down to Greenwich, but unfortunately they were never able to do the display. So in 2011, the idea was put forward to create a heritage centre in Brigg with the Raft as the centrepiece item on display. So we approached the National Maritime Museum and arranged the loan, and now here we are, 2013, with the Raft on display.
So how big would the Raft have been? So it would have been twice the size of this. Is that width or length?
Yes. It was about 3 metres across and about 12 long.
So 12 metres, what about 40 feet? So.
Well, we've officially welcomed back to Brigg the Brigg Raft, which is 3,500-year-old Iron Age raft, which we believe was used on the Ancombe River. It was uncovered or excavated in the 1970s. You know, really important part of our heritage. It's in the fantastically renovated Heritage Centre here, which was opened last year officially. You know, really important for the town, helping to promote the town as a tourist destination, get more people in, you know, tell people about what Brigg used to be and what Brigg is today.
I'm delighted to be here. I enjoyed my 6 weeks here during the excavation in '74, and I really found people to be very helpful and happy, and I'm finding that again today. So I'm delighted to be here at this event. First thing to know is it's not a raft, really. This was a name given to it in the 19th century when it was first uncovered, and they saw a flat bottom thing and thought it was a raft, but it's not, of course. It's been made watertight. It's a floating boat, or was a floating boat, and we've recovered the flat bottom part of it and just one part of the side of this barge, you might call it, a flat bottom barge. I directed that excavation 40 years ago now, and I was responsible for publishing the volume, and in a way I assisted in the organisation of the conservation of the remains that were taken to Greenwich and conserved there. It was used, I think, as a ferry across the Ancombe Valley, which of course the Ancombe was not, as it is now, an organised river. It was one that flooded around and flooded and longitudinally and flooded across the valley, and so there's a variable amount of water to cross at any one time, and this ferry boat, this so-called raft, was a ferry boat taking people from the Wolds on one side to the Lincoln Edge on the other side of the valley.
Putting Brigg on the map as a heritage centre, putting it on the map as a tourist centre is really important. It brings people in, they spend money in the town, it supports businesses here, and it supports employment here. So actually, you know, a link with the past, and in this case nearly 3,000 years, can help to bring money in which supports jobs today. So, you know, it is a really important link to make. We've had the Tourist Information Centre has been preserved and refurbished. Actually, there's a risk it could have closed a few years ago. We've got the Buttercross upstairs above the Tourist Information Centre has been refurbished, brought back into use for the community. So, you know, there's a lot going on in the town, you know, a lot of positive stuff, and, you know, we want to just get more people into Brigg to show them, you know, it's a really pretty town. There's a lot here, whether it's food, shopping or heritage and leisure. So, you know, it's a really good destination, and I'm pleased more and more people are starting to visit.
Sean McGrail, who excavated it, this is how Sean McGrail thinks it looked. There's another archaeologist called Owen Roberts, and he thinks that the hull might have been round, and that the cross pieces may have been used to pull the boat into a round hull. And if it was round hulled, it would have been able to go out on the humber. If people would like to be involved in heritage in this area, then they can come and be a volunteer at the Heritage Centre.
I did prepare for love our cause in cloud. For the green leaves they will wither, and the falls to earth.